Hi there and welcome. My name is Barb Droswich from Bakerview Consulting, and in this video we're going to talk about pictures. Pictures is a subject that I deal with tons of questions and complaints on. What we're looking at here is WordPress 5.0, or if you are watching this video close to when it was released, the latest version of WordPress. I really like this new version of WordPress, just to state a bias up front. I like the way it handles a number of things that were either really awkward to do in the older version of WordPress or something that required the use of a plugin to carry out. So let me explain. The first thing that we're going to look at is pictures that are side by side with text. So this is what's known as media text. So you can see here, it wants a picture here, it wants content here. So if I just copy in some text, you can see it's like really big and out of place. We'll deal with that in just a second. I'm going to go to the media area, I'm going to click on media library, and I'm going to pop a picture in place, and you'll see that this is in portrait mode, and so it would make sense to have this picture next to some text or side by side with some text as opposed to one that is landscape. So still looks a bit odd. So let's go over on the right hand side and see what we can do. The first thing is it allows us to enter alt text, which is something that we should do whenever we put a picture in place. It allows us to stack this unit on mobile. So in other words, if you're looking at this on a tiny screen, it will put the picture above the text. It won't squish it smaller so that you have trouble seeing it. We also have the ability to change color settings, so the background of the color. So let's change it to something that's not so glaring, which is kind of nice. So let's go and deal with this text, which is too big. I can globally, in other words, just for this block, change the font size on the spot. So I can go from a large font size to a small font size, or I can deal with the actual number of the font and increase it or decrease it. And that way create a nice looking block that's neat and the picture belongs beside the text. If we click on preview, we can look at what it'll look like live. And you can see we have a block of color that's gray, a picture on the left-hand side, and font on the right-hand side. Really looks quite neat and quite easy to do. So we're going to go back here, and I'm just going to get rid of this. And get rid of this. And then we're going to look at a new function that's really quite nice, and that being cover. So cover is another way of putting a graphic in place. It is a way of putting a graphic in place and allowing you to write text over top of it, like you might do for a header. So I've clicked the plus and put this widget in place, or this block in place. I'm going to go to Media Library, and I'm going to choose this photo. Click on select, it'll pop it in place. So you'll see as soon as I pop it in place, it wants a title. So I can just click and put a label in place. For example, let's move to preview, and you can see that it is a picture, a specific size with a label over top of it. I hope this gives you ideas on what to do with pictures and some of the new and cool things that you can do with pictures using the new WordPress 5.0. Have fun!